Alright, we're ready to begin. So, Witcher 3 and... Whew, man, do I need some new stuff already. Oh well, we're sure to find them on our journey. Now, where did we leave off? What are we doing? What are we doing? Alright, I remember now.
Managed to amass quite a book collection.
Nothing wrong with enjoying a book collection. Ooh, what's down here? Rune stone. Ooh, some goodies that can definitely come in handy, as well as a little bit of junk. Ooh, a weapons repair kit. That is going to be so good to have. Oh, no. Come on, climb, climb.
A pentagram in chalk. Don't often see baubles like this in Berlin.
No, you do not.
Powerful aura. Must be some artifact or... So this is where she disappeared to.
And through the portal that Geralt hates. Where are we? Oh, we're actually not that far from, you know, where the herbalist house, which is just here, because you can see, you know, Roach right here.
Well, well, nice.
Don't know if there's anything here, but I might as well take a quick look. I mean, it's highly unlikely, but better to be thorough.
I was wondering how long it would take you, Geralt. I'm upstairs. Don't be shy.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Greetings, Witcher.
Oh, Kitty, welcome on in and thank you for those 5 bits, much appreciated. How are you?
Well, hope you didn't come to court.
Just cause I love The Witcher. Well, I can't blame you. It is absolutely brilliant, and welcome on in. And it's good you're good. How has your day been?
Metz, deep in the heart of Velen. Thought you hated the countryside.
I can assure you I do.
There's luckily plenty of Witcher content coming because I'm still like an early game.
I'm so pleased the world's
Marigold. Oh, are you a Triss fan? Because I am too.
Common in children, knights errant, and morons.
Someone's grown irritable. Is that any way to greet an old friend?
Oh, you passed this, did you? Well, like I said, well, I'm like, you know, starting over from the beginning, so, well, not, this isn't the beginning, I'm a ways in, I'm in Velen after all. You know,
So,
getting my Geralt
just
much
saw this
stronger.
question coming. What are you doing here?
Let me think. Enjoying the country air,
admiring the unspoilt scenery, or is it
Yes, I have watched the series. In fact, I've rewatched them a dozen times. They are brilliant.
I'm in hiding.
What did you think of them?
Blind to the state of the world? Don't you see what's happening?
Mean the persecution mages now face?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Radovid's new pastime.
Yeah, I cannot
Pursuing
wait for
anyone
season
with a
3,
bit of
although
magic
it's going to be a bit of a wait, it
Witch
is.
hunters. Sound familiar? Murderers scouring the north from end to end, burning books, hanging
Oh, I
soothsayers,
know, they
torturing
absolutely
hermits.
nailed it with the graphics, the details, the fight sequences.
So how's it feel?
You can
to
tell
be
they
the
really
witch?
put the work into this series, they did.
Horrid.
No joy in having the boundless respect
The
and trust of
Manball
local
was...
peasantry?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They'd respect anyone
And I
who
love
could
the
produce
songs I do. I mean,
victory.
Toss a Coin to Your Witcher, Burn, Butcher, Burn. They were brilliant songs, they
You
were.
cannot possibly
Absolutely
imagine how much I
brilliant.
detest this place.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh Valley of Plenty, oh Valley of Plenty. Please ignore my terrible singing because I do suck at it.
I'm looking for a certain young woman.
What, it was, what, did you actually like it? My little sing there?
I'm looking for Ciri. That Ciri. And no one can know, understand?
Cyrilla is here. The girl once sought by the Lodge of Sorceresses, and practically every ruler on the continent has landed
I got
here
the
in Velen,
accent
and
for
I
it.
know
Well, it's just
nothing
a
of
it's just a British accent. It
What's
is.
she doing here?
Indications are she's
Hang on.
hiding from someone.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh Valley of
Sure you
Plenty.
haven't seen her.
I'm certain I haven't.
Well, maybe it's not a bad accent for the
But
song.
recently, someone asked me about an ashen-haired woman. He claimed she would stand out from the peasant crowd.
He say anything else about her?
Not so fast, Geralt. No humble plea, no offering for the witch.
Went too far. Yeah, maybe, just maybe.
My undying gratitude. Good enough.
It's nothing to sneeze at, but you've a knack for getting into trouble. I should probably ask for something more immediate.
Let's face it, who doesn't like singing that song? I mean, it is absolutely awesome.
Oh, sod it, don't give me that look. I know it's Ciri we're talking about. It was an elf, this individual who asked about Cyrilla. No flea-bitten Scoia'tael slob either, but
I mean, I
elven
sing
maid.
either Toss a Coin to Your Witcher or Burn, Butcher, Burn at least once a day, and
was an
sometimes
elven
I
mage
end up
doing
singing
that?
more than one.
Well, I tried to ask him, of course, about everything.
Of course.
Oh, but you know how elves are. He asked many more questions than he answered.
He say what his name was?
He didn't.
I thought
And he wore a
Walking Dead had
mask.
me on Easy
Very
Street, but
secretive all around, but
Toss a Coin is gold.
intelligent
Yes,
and
it is,
composed.
isn't
He
it?
say what he wanted with Ciri?
Only that they were to meet in Velen. He wished to know if she'd arrived before he did.
He leave any message for her?
No, but he asked that were we to meet her, I should lead her to him.
So you know where to find him.
Yes, he said
I mean,
he
when
found a hideout in some elven
Yaskavir sings
ruins
like
near the
Burn,
village of
Butcher, Burn, you can
Midgard.
actually
I'll go
hear
there.
like the pain in his voice over hit
Why?
because of what
They
happened
gone
between
double
him and
for
Geralt
these
at the
days.
end of season 1.
I've unfinished business with this elf. He promised me something,
I mean,
but he never delivered.
Everyone practically says that he wrote a breakup
Besides,
song between him and
I know you think
Geralt.
I do,
And
but
I
she
actually
might
laughed at
be.
that because of how true it is.
And I'd like to see Cyrilla too.
Let's go then.
Yes, let's.
Oh, such a squeaky chair it is.
This is the place.
Been here
Alright,
before?
hopefully get some more new gear
was
that I
hoping
can
the
use
elf would
because
return
I
as
got
he'd
some
promised, or
contracts I
else
want to
his waif
do.
would appear. At any rate, I've
Need
no
to get
idea what
myself
expect
some
from this
gold.
place.
Well, let's find out.
And I want to do some hunting for some Witcher gear, but I need to level up a bit more, I think. Yeah, if I want to start getting like on the cat school armor, I'm still like 12 levels too low, but I think once I pass level 10, I'm gonna be on the good side to it. My fave power to use. What, you mean like these powers? If I had to name a preference, I would go with Arad. Because I just love the telekinetic blast, but in a pinch, I do like using Quinn for a little defensive maneuvering. What about you? Do you have a favorite power?
Gavella Glan.
Oh, you ain't gonna need the fruit. Mind control and fire, so that's Oxy and Ignite. I can understand why you'd like those. Gives you a little bit more control over your enemies, making the fights easier. This deals more damage. I don't think many people are a fan of the Yarden sign, because it doesn't get used a lot. It doesn't, unless you're fighting like wraiths or something. Which, you know, is understandable, because, I mean, I'll probably be using it in, like, where is it? In this contract, because I know what Jenny of the Woods is, so I'll probably end up using Yarden for that, I will. Ooh, chest. Oh, good. I got some blinders for... I think that was blinders for Roach right there. Perfect. You know, I practically never buy gear for Roach. I just win it in races. Yeah, I figured that'd be too weak for my sword. Ooh, I haven't checked my alchemy yet. Oh, I can craft an oil. What we can get? Hanged Man's Venom. Thank you. I always like to be a prepared Witcher, I do. You know, I always find like the wild hunt fascinating, I do, because they're so dark and destructive.
That means... I thought they didn't exist.
Feast your eyes on the non-existent then. Got a navigator with them.
What?
Can you teleport us to the other side?
I'd rather teleport us home. Do you really mean to follow them?
Teleport. Hurry up.
I'm not sure I like any of this.
Come on, Kira, hurry up. I gotta finish the game, but I'm trying to wait till the series is over, so I really feel what's going on while I'm playing. Yeah, I can understand that.
Come on.
And I think the reason the series does so well is because, you know, it's based on the original books in Polish, which I don't think a lot of people have actually read. So this actually gives us like the backstory we've always felt like we've been missing. I mean, even if you like did even if you did like catch the highlights from it, from Cliff Notes and Wikipedia entries. Can I just say how much I love the decapitation? I mean, look at that. That was a beautiful cut. I got a piece of armor, I did. They talked about it when they did some type of like next series intro. Oh, I think they were talking about that's like the origins of the witches and everything. I think that's like a prequel to all this. Well, that's +2. I get resistance to piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing. Yeah, there was like a little trailer for that came out after season 2. I think it looks good. I mean, it's gonna feel different than like the Witcher series as we know because, you know, it's a prequel story. Man, I gotta get myself some Witcher gear soon because that is still the coolest gear. But I am looking forward to watching it. I mean, I'm not going to make any assumptions without watching it, of course, because that wouldn't be fair. But they're continuing and how to follow the story, so we're going to keep going. Yeah, I feel, yeah, I'm excited too. I am. I mean, it's hard not to be excited. This is like a massive expansion to the Witcher universe that we never thought about. Like, where did it all begin? How did the Witchers truly come to be? You know, it makes me sad that I never got to play like The Witcher 1 and 2. I mean, I've seen it online and videos, but man, I would have loved to have played those. So many of these decoctions. I mean, I'm gonna have to go through so many just to find them. Ooh, that would be good to have. I still need a Necker heart. Oh, I'm sure I'll come across those sooner or later. Boglets.
Damn it.
Oh. Oh. Oh, never did like those things, I didn't. Out of curiosity, what's everyone's like a most annoying monster that they go up against that they just can't handle? Or just frustrates them? For me, it's like sometimes. For me, at most times, it's foglets because they blend into the shadows so easily. Damn it. I think I got some good Witcher moves. I do. Granted, my timing and dodging could definitely do some work, but
Kira?
what's in here? Good, good. Always love to explore, because you never know what you're going to find. It's always good when you find something you don't expect.
Kira?
Alright, come on. There we go.
Kira?
Though I do well doing foglets.
Ah! Geralt!
How's everybody's evening or day been treating them? All good, I hope? Found her.
Geralt, do something! They're crawling out of those holes! Use a sign or bombs, anything!
Stay calm. They're all rats.
I hate rats!
I'm not fond of rats either. Kaz June here, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate it very much. It's a pleasure to have you. Welcome on in.
Disgusting! Thank you.
You that afraid of rats? Could have annihilated them with one spell.
With one spell, that's all it could take sometimes.
Won't say anything. So what happened to you?
There's something here. Something that distorts teleportation. I've no idea how they managed to get to the other side problem-free.
Wild Hunt's teleportation magic is different. Got specially trained mages for that. Navigators.
You know, I really like Geralt's beard, the way it grows out. I really like that little feature. I mean, it's a little thing, but it really resembles the passing of time. It does. It makes you feel like, yes, the days are going on and on as Geralt's beard grows and grows. And I mean, of course, you can trim it down, style it.
I gotta know what the Wild Hunt's doing here.
But we came to find the elven mage, not fight the hunt.
If they reach him first, we won't get a chance to talk to him. Besides,
Go on, finish. Wait, you've got some special interest in the hunt. Is this about Ciri? There's something you've not told me, isn't there?
come with
Probably.
me, maybe I will.
Are you always like this? I'm beginning to feel sorry for Triss and Yen.
Oh,
Charming.
very well, let's go. Gavella Glan.
Yeah, I wish that too. I mean, the difference between the first and third one obviously is going to be gigantic, but it's just going to create that real sensation of starting a journey that takes place after the books. Well, who are you, good sir?
That's him. That's the elf.
Yeah, I really hope they just do them over besides this one. Well, you never know, they might.
What was that? An illusion?
I mean, they know.
No.
I mean, CDPR know The
Rules
Witcher is their most,
protection.
is their strongest franchise.
A what projection?
Something akin to a post box for mages. Much safer than an ordinary letter, which anyone can intercept en route to its recipient.
Message was definitely for Ciri, daughter of the Gull. Laura Doran's heir.
Indeed. It is what the elves would title Ciri. But what was the bit about the sign of her sword? A riddle?
Yeah, not a hard one, though. Not if you know Ciri named her sword Tyrell. Swallow.
Come now. Who aside from you would know that?
Might have been the point. Your elven mage secured the passage, hid it, so that only Ciri could find it.
He failed to foresee that someone like you would show up.
Nevertheless, I think he was expecting uninvited guests. Made some preparations. Let's hope the Wild Hunt ran into some obstacles.
Well then, let's go. Do you think following the swallows will suffice?
We'll see.
Well, yes, we will most definitely find out. I feel like besides people that read comics, video games really put a lot of... That they do. Well, we won't need that pepper.
An old elf.
You know, I want to get some health back up just to be safe.
Got here by sea.
I wonder how long ago that was.
Remember how I mentioned that we don't use Yarden all that much? I feel we're gonna need it. By the way, if anyone's interested, I also do Skyrim streams now. I started that like last week. So if anyone wants to see a Skyrim stream, just keep an eye out on my Twitter.
Vesemir told me that soon after he'd learned to cast Igni, he tried it out on a patch of these mushrooms.
Terrible idea. What happened?
Well, he survived. And wounds heal awfully quickly in creatures. Come on.
See, I'm glad I healed up my health.
Damn, you're ugly.
Oh shit, I laid down the trap, you go that way. Ooh, Wraith Mutagen, nice. Move fast. I don't know what there is, but I want to make sure I haven't missed anything. Well, that's an octopus right there. Whoa! Sneaky devils. Ah, thank you for lurking Tuesday. I always appreciate it. I hope you're well and you aren't, you know, too tired from everything. Yeah, work must be exhausting because I know you didn't sleep well the night before. But I really appreciate the lurk while you're at work. I appreciate it a lot. Can't get my bloody words out right. Ooh. Oh, level 6 requirement. I'm not quite there yet. Okay.
Swallow. Seems we're headed the right way.
Oh, there it is. Well, the right way is the right way, so just be relieved for that. I think I've got more than enough mushrooms, I do. You know, I really love how these caves have been designed. I know, they're so dark and dingy. You just know that it's an old place. It is where we are, especially when you walk in and see old ruins like this.
Look, it's rather similar to that other pillar with the projection.
Ooh, I'm close to leveling up. That's nice, and I can equip those assassin trousers.
Sirel, ni fordo sol esser
The obvious route is not always
ni
best.
fordo sol esser ein sila kelpi.
Kelpie? Does he mean that sea monster?
No, that's what Ciri named her mare. Horse could apparently gallop like a demon.
Good name for a horse. So, shall we look for it?
Gavella Glan.
Okay, now the question is, where the hell is it? Wait a minute, seahorse, if I remember correctly? How the hell did that happen?
Drawing of a horse. Clue for Ciri, must be.
Okay, I don't know how my health took such a chunk there. But luckily it doesn't take much to get it back.
Kelpie. Another horse. Almost exactly like the last one. Let's see what this does.
Geralt, I don't know what you did, but it worked. Come back here.
What I did was solve it like I always do.
Look, they're opening. Let's go. Come here.
Yes, I am.
Well, now I know what distorted my effort at teleportation. This very portal.
And I know why I landed in that drowner nest.
You should be pleased you emerged from the portal in one piece.
And everyone still wonders why I hate to be teleported.
Yeah, I guess sometimes teleporting can't be fun. I'm guessing this is how.
I think that's a... swallow.
Come.
Sure it's safe.
Of course. The Elven Mage prepared this passage for Ciri. Come on now.
To quote Geralt, I hate portals.
Gavella Glan.
It's grown awfully quiet.
Is that bad?
A bit like the calm before a storm. I've a bad feeling about this.
Tyrael not recognized.
Great, we got a big guy like him.
Just wonderful.
Golems, not easy to deal with. You know, it really says something about the power of these silver swords that they're able to fight golems. Yeah, I kind of figured I was going to have to fix up my sword. Let's just quickly do that because I don't have any other weapons. Ooh, more stuff.
And that would be that. I knew we'd manage.
That's so?
I feel like I did most of the work of all that
My
attacking.
intuition's a fine instrument, Witcher. Don't underestimate it. I've some very good feelings about you, for instance. In several domains.
I'm sure you do. Still can't craft anything. Or anything new. I'm getting so many manuscripts, yet I can't craft any of them. That's incredible.
Once you finally find Ciri, what will you do? Any plans?
Depends what she wants.
Imagined it. How it will transpire. What will she say? What will she look like?
No.
I'm sorry for getting ahead of myself. At times,
Just a little there, Kira. Just a little.
Certainly not enough to discuss personal matters.
Not to worry. We'll get there.
You really believe that? Oh, we're told to go that way, but what's down this way?
What? Got that feeling again?
Gargoyle. Whoa, what happened there? This thing does damage. Clearly, it doesn't have much in the way of defense because of the damage it can deal.
Look, they're opening. Let's go.
Yeah, as soon as I've got some stuff. Ooh, nice. Resource heaven there, that was. If I find a good blacksmith or armorer, I might be able to craft some good gear to hold me over. Alright, anything else? Don't want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Doesn't look like it, so out we go.
Teleport over there.
We must activate it quickly. I've a feeling another golem's about to surprise us.
Oh great, another one.
Another swallow.
Look, it worked. Come on. Look, we've managed to cross the bridge. This is where we saw the wild hunt.
Great. Means they're way ahead of us. Come on.
Gavella Glan.
Of course they're ahead of us, why wouldn't they be? I mean, the enemies are always ahead of you.
Wild hunt. Definitely.
They destroyed the Major's sentries. They did come here for a friendly chat.
Some boots there. Are they? Can I equip them? I'm glad I got the saddlebags for Roach because I'm gonna need them. Great. The only piece of armor that is strong enough to wear. I'm not even at the right level to wear. At least I'm close to it, at least. Big chest like that only had a little jug of water. Misleading, I'd say.
Froze them before they could attack.
Oh, at least we don't have to deal with them. But then again... That'd be nice if we could have dealt with them.
What is this?
The white frost. Mage from the hunt summoned it. Can you seal those cracks it's blowing through?
They're too far. We must get closer. I shall shield us with Demetia Crest's surge. Stand at my side.
I best be ready for battle.
Ready. Stay close.
Ready as I can be. We have to close 3 of them.
Hey, Nicola! We must close them.
Want me to go?
I'll do it. Just cover me.
They're more interested in me than Kira. I get the feeling they didn't like the heat.
Angal Stamina. I'm beginning to think we might make it.
Do that when we've only got 1 left, not 2.
Hey, Nicola! Angal Stamina.
I gotta fix up my sword again. I really gotta get this properly fixed. Well, probably come in handy to do, but just use the good one. And you know what? Let's get some attack power onto it with a rune. That's gonna help us out. Oh, and I just realized I'm level 6 now. Which means I can equip these. An overall bad look for Geralt. I mean, it's a bit showy and flashy. We're on the last one, and here they come. Oh. Yep, I still got moves. Whew.
Kira. What's wrong?
It'll pass. That took a great deal of power.
Just don't faint on me.
Now, in your firm embrace, and a new life.
Love to be able to say we could stay here a while and rest.
I know. We must go on.
Yes, we will go on after I've searched this area.
Leave it to me.
Woven spirit.
Come, we might still catch them.
Well, gotta make sure I've searched everything. I don't want to leave anything that could be useful or valuable behind. Even though it seems all there is here is dwarven spirits. Oops, something over here. And of course it's just more water.
Thanks for your help. Pretty tough slog.
Good thing I came with you. You'd never have managed without me, would you? Come now, admit
I think I would have done okay.
Never.
See what's in here. Oh, there's something.
Shit.
Like I said, do not like these foglets. Wow, lots of stuff in there. Of course, now my health is quite low. currently have in this armor is 37. Oh, that will do.
He awaits us.
Of course he does. Yeah, I'm gonna need my health nice and high for this. Yeah, get it all the way up to max if I'm gonna fight a member of the Wild Hunt. Be foolish to go in with anything less than that much.
You're stubborn, Tuan.
Geralt, I shall help you.
Step back.
Stop telling me what to do.
Yeah, I'm glad I put that rune in my...
I wonder how long you last.
Whoa!
Geralt, look! He's opening a passage!
Stay calm. Focus.
I didn't mean to hit him.
Another whip!
Doesn't want to make it easy for us, does he? But we're not making it easy for him. Oh, come on, I definitely dodged.
Are you well and whole? I feared.
Unnecessarily. Let's look around.
If I've my knickers on straight, this looks like the... Look, the elf left another message for Ciri.
Okay, that was a pretty fun battle, I will admit. Okay, keep looking, you never know what I might find. Ooh, got a lot of inventory. That's a lot of stuff, too. Hey, Iris, hello there, it's been a while, how are you? And it's good to see you too. Yes, I have been well. It's been so long. I need to give you a welcome back hug and nice to see you again. What have you been up to in the long time we haven't seen each other? It is nice, isn't it? Just the grinding, you know, did a lot of charity work. Oh wow, that's really amazing. What kind of charity work? And now focused on 2022. Good thing to focus on, good thing to focus on.
Alright, let's watch this message.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to watch it.
Tyrell, this place is no longer safe. Do not tarry here long. Trust no one. And above all, beware the witches of Crookback Bog. Try to reach the place where last we were together.
I raised money for the Foundation for AIDS Research and the CDC Foundation last year. Community raised 6,000? Whoa, that's incredible.
Perhaps it's best he
Oh, you should be proud. That is an incredible achievement. That is well done. Just well, absolutely well done.
And if they had more time, they'd probably have torn the place to the ground. But that doesn't change the fact that we haven't learned anything. Not about the elf, not about Ciri.
Well, we know
That has to be given another hug because that is beautiful, just beautiful.
Wonder why they split up.
Perhaps because the wild hunt was on the elf's trail, and Ciri would be safer if they did.
My pleasure, friend, my pleasure.
Witches of Crookback Swamp.
Crookback Bog.
Kira, if you're hiding something...
But I didn't say...
You know these witches?
I've never met them, but
I'll
I've
be
read
looking, enjoy Witcher. I
in
need
an
to
old
play this.
manuscript
Well,
I
yes,
found in
everyone
the
needs to
huts
play
of
The
the
Witcher.
village.
They absolutely
It
have to.
mentions
Even if
the
they played it
village
before,
witches venturing
they gotta
into
play it
Crookback
again.
Bog
And
at
thank you
times
for
to
looking.
liaise
I
between
so
the villagers and the
appreciate it.
crones, the ladies of the wood. The crones appear to be intolerant of outsiders, but they help the local folk. Apparently, they stopped the spread of the plague in Velen.
What's your take on this?
I'd love to shrug it off.
And well done again on that charity work. That is just brilliant.
Throughout my first fortnight in Velen, I had horrible nightmares. Something was calling me out into the swamps. One night, I decided to enter the dream consciously, render it lucid. I confronted the thing directly. It broke contact at once. Peaceful nights ever since.
Why didn't you say anything earlier? I told you Ciri had a run-in with a witch.
Well, I had no idea you meant then. If I'd told you something, you would have rushed off to find them. But we needed first to confirm that Ciri was here, didn't we? I shall tell you everything now, of course.
Yeah, now the cat's out the bag.
After I safely led you through the cave.
I can't believe you'd think so poorly of me. Perhaps you do bear a grudge against sorceresses.
Mm-hmm. Can't imagine where that comes from. How do I find them?
The swamps are vast, dangerous, but they say the crones mark the way for peasants who wish to visit them. The manuscript mentions a chapel in Crookback Bog, and from that chapel one must follow a trail of treats.
Treats?
Of course. They didn't read you bedtime stories at Kaer Morhen.
All normal folk know that witches live in gingerbread houses poised atop chicken legs.
I'll have to see that.
Charming.
Take the tome and read it. I truly do believe you'll find your Cyrilla. All right then. As a start, let's look for a way out of here.
Good idea.
Why do we even come?
What else is there to find?
Must have burned these notes himself. The Hunt wouldn't have bothered.
Meaning he knew they were looking for him.
Mysterious mage herbalist.
And a book on the Elder Blood.
What's this?
The potion I gave him. Seems he saw a use for it. Drank it.
An Ekimata hide and wolf's liver.
Strange. My medallion's trembling, but there's nothing here. What's with this wall?
It's an illusion. I sensed it as well. I expected we might run into such things, so I brought this.
Meaning what?
The Eye of Nahalani. It dispels illusions. It's easy enough to build, so you're welcome to this one. It's bound to come in handy. And each time it does, you will think of me.
Thanks.
Ooh, if I remember correctly, there was something over there that needed revealing with a mystical eye. Yep, there it is.
Something here. Where's that artifact Kira gave me?
Lots of stuff, lots of stuff. Very dark under here it is.
Interesting. Just wonderful.
Whoa! These foglets love being under here, they do. That was a new sword. Let's see what it does. Not really got much benefit to it, sadly. Well, that's pretty much all that we can find around here. One we have now dispelled.
Simple, isn't it?
Let's see where the passage leads.
Do you feel that? A flow of fresh air from the left. Must be an exit that way.
Oh, that's a relief.
Good. Let's get out of here.
Wait, there's still the magic lamp.
The magic what now?
The magic what now?
Lamp.
He said the same thing.
The elf promised it to me in exchange for my help. And since his return here seems doubtful, I must retrieve it myself. If I can find it, that is. Will you help?
Might as well, you never know what it might lead to.
Yeah, I'll help.
Splendid. Come then.
Gavella Glan.
We're certain to find something here.
The only question is what?
Looks like another damned riddle to me.
Oh, don't they just love their riddles?
Inscription here.
Show me.
Can you translate the inscription? I can decipher maybe a third, but that third doesn't make much sense.
Give me a minute. I was never any good at the high variant of the Elder speech. Alright. This might seem a bit literal. I'm afraid I can't replicate its sophisticated internal rhymes.
Just translate it to make sense.
I don't think we have to
Four
worry about that.
guardians, 4 flames, standing proud in a line. The first to light his fire dared not march on the end. The second, by the first, played a woeful lament. The third kept close to his faithful beast. The fourth marched not beside the first, yet like the second played a tune. And thus they stood o'er their queen, who slept beneath flickering stars.
You got to love puzzle riddles.
Sounds like a riddle, all right. All right, let's see if we can solve this.
Hey, that one's got a music. That one's got music and a beast.
Wait. Something just happened.
Behind that wall, a movement.
What?
That's how you solve a puzzle with skill.
Whose grave is it? What do you think? No inscription, sadly.
Sign of the gull. If I didn't already know where she was buried, I'd guess this is Laura Doran's sepulcher.
Perhaps it's a monument to her.
Could very well
Can't see
be.
the elves commemorating her this way. Heroine of a tragic legend to some, but most see her as a traitor to her race, who got her just deserts for marrying Cregennan of Laud.
Perhaps the elven mage is Lara's kin. It would explain why he's helping Ciri.
Possible.
Does make
Is
sense.
this what you're looking for?
Uh-huh.
So what's it supposed to do?
I hope I'll be able to activate it. Let's leave this place, shall we?
sooner we can leave, the better.
Well, the sooner I check out what's up here, the better.
Magic. A place of power.
Ha! Love those things. You get an ability point that you can strengthen up. Thank you, Kira. Oh, come on, I totally dodged that. Give me that easy. You're almost down.
Let's go.
Ooh, golem heart. That could come in handy sometime. What? Oh, so much stuff. Good, new boots. First thing I need to do is get to Crow's Perch and sell some of this stuff.
Place of power. Should draw from it.
Alright, I can finally get out of here.
We going?
She'll catch up.
Nahalani's eye. Ought to use it.
Ah, finally outside that cavern.
At last. But it was worth it, right? You learned something about Ciri in the end. Something important. Do you intend to venture into Crookback Bog? You must tell me about it afterwards.
Don't know that I'll get the chance.
Geralt, there are two types of men. Those who see opportunity and take advantage, and those who forge the opportunities themselves.
Can't help but wonder which one am I?
I've always seen you as an example of the latter. Besides, I've a favor to ask you. So, visit me sometime?
I'll stop by. You can be sure.
In that case, I shall be waiting.
See ya, Kira.
Alright, now the question is, where am I on the bloody map? Oh, so I'm all the way up here. Oh, that was quite an event, but I just want to do a quick save. There's like a village close by. I got a lot of gear I need to offload. Big epic. That was a big dog. I think wolf liver was the ingredient for something in an alchemy ace, but I can't remember what. But clearly it wasn't the final ingredient I needed, so it doesn't really matter right now.
Move it!
The path around here should do me just fine. Why is he in his damn underwear? There we go. A cannibal with a ham sandwich. That doesn't raise questions.
Giddy up.
I wonder if there's any of those question mark things nearby. Oh, we've gone right en route to one, so I might as well see where it leads to. It's hidden treasure.
Take it easy.
Oh, that's pretty high up. Oh, damn, 28, yeah, no, I'll be screwed in that matter.
Come on.
I wouldn't win against that thing, I just don't have the level or the stats for it. It would be impossible. Or extremely difficult. Should have known cannibals would have a camp somewhere. Okay, that doesn't help me out. I do need to get the crow's perch and offload some stuff, so... Of course there is some more question marks and other stuff we might find, so I say we just let our curiosity find out what's up. Oh shit. I think so. Oh, that was quite easy. Now we walk with the rising sun. I think it's rising. Yeah, it is rising because it's the early hours. abandoned site. Oh. Oh, hey, easy on that. There we go, let's see my skills now. Oh, dismemberment! I love those scenes, they're so good! Oh, and it got me to level 7. Nice.
Where's Joseph get all his food from, eh?
Joined the Baron's men. He's a good lad, tough. Don't fear others who use his fists. What?
It doesn't really have a lot, but at least I can offload some stuff. Will do.
So long.
You're gonna need roach. Oh, forgot I can upgrade. Now where are we going on the map? Because I can never remember. Oh, that's where I want to go. It's that way. Across a lot of trees. Yeah, I don't think these wolves can catch up with us. There's the fast travel. Now get to Crow's Perch. You know, it would help if they had one that's like closer to like the armorer and stuff.
You know, Richard, folk can see
Very active village, isn't it? I letting me sell some stuff.
Wouldn't mind a look at you.
Now what do you have? Hunter's boots. Oh, that's more level 1 stuff. I need to think about getting more up to level. What can you craft for me? Oh, that could come in handy. And now some stuff he just got I can sell back. Keeping myself up with some nice cash.
So...
There we go. Managed to offload a lot there and make a good amount of coin.
Fancy again.
Oh, quite pricey for this stuff it is.
See?
Yeah, I'm at level 7 now. That puts me at a decent level to do that contract. As soon as I put some stuff away.
What's the rush?
What do you seek here, vagrants?
Hopefully I get a silver sword I can use. There we go. See, let's take a look at like the treasure hunt quest for the cat gear. That's Griffin gear, which, you know, is 11, so I could do that. Probably wait till I'm a few levels higher before attempting that.
Drinks enough for a whole platoon since his family disappeared. Snurps a jug of charred spirit.
And off we go again. Another contract to do, more monsters to slay.
Time to water the horses.
Guess the merchant's gone to sleep for the night. Alright, here we go, it's over here. Nice.
Sir, why we're up our noses in frights and horrors, it's some of them.
So you're that white one.
I am the Witcher.
Greetings.
What do ye want?
So the notice about Jenny of the Woods, you posted it, right?
Oh, aye, 'twas me. You do it. You's a witcher, is you not?
I am a witcher.
A picture in me granny's book. Monstrum, or a portrayal of witchers. Remember like it were the day. We be afeard of her. But Jenny of the Woods, what's she to you?
Let's talk rewards.
Oh, yeah. So, how much would ye wish? Well, sounds right for Jenny of the Woods, but we're just short. Will you drop it a bit?
Okay, we'll take it down to 280.
Well, sounds right for Jenny of the Woods, but we're just short. Will you drop it a bit?
I'll take another 10 off.
Well, sounds right for
255. 5.
Oh, have it your way.
I'm on it. Know if anyone's seen Jenny of the Woods? Could tell me more about her.
Old Willem must have, but he won't tell you naught. He were weak of heart. We found him in the fields this morning. Other folk are afeard to go out nights. But you might try Agneta, lives at the end of the village. Word is she saw the wraith.
And nothing happened to her? She wasn't hurt?
Agneta? Outlived 3 husbands, that one. Jenny of the Woods won't do naught to that wench. If it weren't for our fair helpers ruling the wilds, we'd have started.
Oh, we at least have a lead to start with.
They're white as curd. Ah, curd. That would hit the spot.
Wraith that haunts the village. Heard you can tell me about it.
Oh, I saw her. Saw Jenny of the Woods with mine own eyes. Like I sees you now, Witcher.
What did she look like? In detail, please try.
Truth be told, I didn't see her too clearly. It were growing dim, see, and this pale shape loomed afore me, mist-like. I comes closer, and the cloud thickened, and something like a visage came out of the mist.
What did you do?
What do you think, me love? That I'd wait to see the wraith in full glory? Ran to the village to tell folk what I'd seen.
I see.
Can't say that
So
surprises
she appeared to
me.
you just after twilight? Important clue, thanks. You take care now.
Well, what do you want?
There we go. Now I'm all good for a battle.
A woman came through here, barefoot. A piece of fabric, possibly from a dress, got snagged on the undergrowth. Stride indicates she was running. Probably why she tore her dress. Somebody chase her?
See where this leads to.
Couldn't outrun her pursuer. He stabbed her or slit her throat. Strange. Left the knife behind. Dried blood on it. Could come in handy. Dragged the body through here. Clear trail.
See where this ended up.
Lugged the body all the way to the woods. Buried it here. Shallow grave. Murderer must have been pressed for time. Something sticking out. A letter? The scorned lover killed the woman, seems to me. A night raid. Alderman probably knew the girl. I gotta ask him.
Wait, there was a bandit camp nearby. There's still one more over there. Yep, lose your head, why don't ya? Dimerifium bomb. Oh, that's nice. I can craft it. So had something along the lines of armor. Oh, got a nice new sword.
Greetings.
What do ye want?
Zula and Bakai. Did you know them? They must have lived in this village.
Good God, he knows. 'Tis witchery. They disappeared, both of them.
Oh, it's investigation.
We've not seen them a week now.
I found the girl's grave and a letter. It's clear she rejected Bakai because she loved another.
Zula and Ontan, aye. We thought they'd fled north to seek happiness there. Buckeye departed round the same time. So that's to mean our Zula's the Wraith. Can't be. Such a good lass.
Well, when you come back as a vengeful spirit, you kind of lose the kindness.
Can't say for sure, but the young'uns, they go to the clearing, mostly west of the village, past the fields. Zula, good gods. Work for our fair helpers ruling the wilds.
No way I can hope to lift this curse. Gotta drive the Wraith away. Stand a chance if I can bind it to one spot for a while.
Let's take a look at our contract. Go Moondust, Spectre Oil, and Yarden. Phage Oil, Cursed. Okay, I got Spectre Oil, that's good. Let's just equip that. I'm also going to have my Thunderbolt potion ready. And have Yarden equipped. Is there another bandit camp over here? Seriously, another bandit camp. Not what I was expecting. Not anything really worth having. But now it's dealt with. Whew, let's hope this goes well. Oh, damn, what happened? Okay, gotta be careful. Now I'm out of swallow. It's a loud one. Yeah, that's probably from the monster screaming, it is. Whew. It's a contract mission, which is a bit difficult to pull off. Luckily, you can make it easier by using signs like yarding, which helps slow it down. But then it does little tricks like this, which make it help it regenerate its health. How you doing, X? Good to see you. And that's it, defeated. Whew. I swear, Witcher work is never easy. Yeah, I'm good. Just, rough battle, as you can see, going up against that monster. But I got a new piece of gear out of it, so that's nice. What about you, X? How are you doing? Have you ever played The Witcher 3 before, X?
What are you staring at? So you're that white one?
At least now I can get my pay.
Greetings.
What do ye want?
Jenny of the Woods is gone. Got rid of her.
She'll not be back.
No. I know how to dispatch night wraiths for good.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. A fantastic, fantastic game.
Ye, Master Witcher.
Farewell.
If you haven't played before, I would highly recommend getting it. I only watch and drool watching Superman be witch. Alright, before we continue on, meditation to get some of my stuff back.
This be the witch. Come on, reconnect you. More interesting things from my now. Where'd you come from?
My man went to... And you shan't still know you?
Man, well traveled.
In exchange for your help.
Now we're gonna do a main story mission after taking care of that contract.
So you're that white one?
Let's go!
So how's your day been, X? Have you been up to much? There we go, make it just a bit easier. There we go, just throw them right up the horses. Just got a power washer simulation. Oh, I've heard of that. It's one of those cozy, simple games, isn't it?
That's it, Roach.
What do you think of that game? There's a blacksmith there. I wonder if he can craft me any silver swords. Spent hours playing it, so fun. So fun just power washing. That's wow, wow, that's wow. Okay, I need to speak to that blacksmith to get stuff, so if there's anything I can get from him.
Yeah?
Little monkey emoji. Oh, great. Tons of silver swords here that can all be crafted. Problem is, I'm too low level for any of them.
Solo.
Oh, that's wonderful. And just my luck, I'm not even surprised. Well, what's going on here?
Think I got scabies.
Who the hell do you think you're talking to?
What do you want?
Want to talk to the Peller?
Too late. We've got dibs on a chat with him. A long one.
Think you need to leave now.
Do we?
You do.
Well, let's go then.
Gotta wonder about a man who could get Edric's friends all worked up.
Well, at least that managed to work out.
Hey, anybody home? Open up, it's safe now.
Devils. Who do they bring? What seek ye?
I need your help.
I seek you, of course.
A man. Nay, a wolf. Grey, though not old. 'Tis he the Peller awaits.
Oh, great. Someone who speaks in the third person.
Recognize this? Made of spruce wood, strong smell of juniper. Designed to protect someone.
Freshly cut spruce sprinkled with goat's blood, then tempered with an incense of earth, smoke and juniper. For Anna, to protect
Oh, isn't that
her.
a pleasant scent sounding?
So, designed to protect her. From what?
Oh, the besieged she was, evil all around, wanting to possess her. Old magic, born of oblivion, from dark sources emerged.
Old magic? Can you be more specific?
'Tis not for mouth speech, nor for the touch. A small protective charm, not a thing more a Pella could do.
Anna and her daughter are missing. Know where they are?
Nay, Pella don't know. But the spirits could know. The Pella will augur, the spirits ask.
Spirits. Great. Fine with me. Long as I know where to look, where to find them.
Lost, must be found. Princess! None better than Princess for finding things.
Princess? Which princess?
Which princess?
Princess, my goat. She's fled.
Those men must have scared her off. Can we get back to the auguring?
Without the goat, impossible. No goat, won't work.
Okay. Guess I got no choice but to go find the
Will
goat.
you help me if I bring the goat back?
Princess, where have you got to, girl?
Fine. I'll get your goat.
The bell. The little bell's ringing. She loves it. Ring, ring, and she will follow. But for a while.
For a
Beware of
while.
wild
Oh,
strawberries.
great.
Raspberries, too.
Yeah, treacherous as beasts go. I always keep an eye out for them.
Right. We're monster hunters who are going to fetch a goat.
Come on.
This way, I think.
There we go. Oh, I think I know where it is. Right
There
at
you
the
are.
edge.
Come on, let's go see the Peller.
Great.
This
Now we
way,
just gotta
Your
walk him
Grace.
all the way back, like he's some royal
Should've
lineage.
guessed as much. What's a witcher compared to a patch of wild strawberries? Do I really have to keep ringing this bell for you to follow?
Well, that's
Come
what
on,
we're gonna
take
do.
you back to the Peller. Misses you something awful.
Hey!
Where the hell did you go?
Back here!
Bear! Bear! Run, you stupid piece of shit!
Unbelievable! Goat could not just leave well enough alone. Oh damn, I didn't know that was going to be down here. And I came down.
Do I really have to keep ringing this bell for you to follow?
Most likely, most likely. Just gotta make it all the way to the palace house. Luckily we can see it, so we're close. So we go defeat a spectral monster that's terrorizing people.
I bet we can be friends in time. You've got that all-important quality.
And now we are just ringing a bell to keep a goat following us.
Princess, flee not from the pillar, for there are wolves about.
Huh, well, definitely one of your weirdest Witcher jobs.
Goat of mine, dearest, sweetest goat.
Happy for you, but I'm kinda in a hurry. Anna and Tamara, they might be in danger.
The White Wolf helped the Peller, and so the Peller shall help him. Blood. We need blood. A living being.
Now what's he got going through his mind?
Will this do? Whoa, getting crazy now.
No, Tamara, just a child. A child that lives not, yet did not die.
Mentioned a child. Whose?
Why, Anna's.
Anna was pregnant?
She was, and she miscarried.
Baron didn't mention it.
Afraid, perhaps, or ashamed, or forgetful, or perhaps he had no wish to remember.
The Baron had nothing to do with his wife's
Well,
miscarriage.
the plot most certainly does keep thickening, doesn't it?
Fondness for hooch.
No doubt makes his temper even fouler. Did he abuse his family? Anna came to you. You must have noticed something.
The Peller's old, near blind, but Princess came and licked her hand.
So what?
She's a wise beast. Only comes to those who suffer.
What happened to the child?
In a grave thrown, without rite or ceremony, it awoke. Now it wanders. It seeks
That's a
vengeance.
botchling.
A botchling.
White Wolf, wise wolf, catch the botchling. The botchling will help. Lead the wolf to the loved ones.
Botchlings suck the blood of pregnant women and eat their fetuses. They don't help.
'Tis a being cursed. and witches lift curses. If the White Wolf can't lift it, he should bring me its blood. Blood will always find kindred blood.
Heard of one witcher who lifted a botchling's curse. Never tried it myself, though.
Wonder if you ever came across a botchling.
The threshold.
And give it a name. Perform the Aim Roin.
The ritual of naming. That's an elven custom.
Human, elven, dwarven, ancient. Spirits have no race. They honor not its meaning. Win a spirit's
That's
favor.
very true and very wise words right there.
Ask and it will answer. Seek and it will show you the way.
Whatever I do, I gotta find the botchling first.
Seek it at midnight, near the grave that lies empty.
If what you say is true, the Baron ought to know where that grave is.
Guess I should learn a bit on botchlings. Yeah, let's go do this little side quest. Ah, thanks for lurking, X. I do appreciate it very much. Guarded treasure, what could be here? I think I'll just let them deal with each other first before I step in.
Damn, you're ugly.
Man, those drowners can dodge and weave, they can. It's kind of cool. But they still get taken out eventually. So even then it got taken out. Supergirl 3000, thank you very much for that follow. Welcome on in, I hope you are well. Yeah, so we've got that now, and we got a little bit new. Roach, where are you going? Roach, Roach, stop! Honestly, Roach, why did you run? I'm your buddy.
Slow now.
Ooh, another question mark here. What's we got here? More guarded treasure. Oh, yeah, I thought I took that one out. Okay, not many left. More guarded treasure. Looks like there's one more hiding over there. Oh! Okay, I need to take a look at those things and see what I'm dealing with. Insectoids. Golden oil. Insectoid oil. Do I even have insectoid oil? No, I do not. Oh boy, oh boy. Damn it, come on. Oh, okay, it's down, it's down. Whew. That was a bit of a close one. Safe decoction, good to have. They should know how to make that difficult, huh? Well, maybe not difficult, maybe I just got a little reckless. I'll stick with the sword I got equipped for now. Here we are, a leaf decoction. Oh, at least now I'm getting, at least I was able to craft something new.
Hey, ya. Run, Roach.
Yeah, big old creepy looking insects. Ugh, didn't expect that. Well, at least I can get some more materials that could lead to my alchemy potions. The more of these I have, the better.
The rats, why did he need them?
Bloody rodents. Better to have stuffed them with a poison, or crushed them into a pulp with a shovel, but no.
Did you see what he did with them?
So see, how do I get some of these things? Oh well. Is she talking to a ghost?
Kira, what are you doing?
Geralt. You gave me quite a start.
But now the mage says bring me rats and healthy ones. Not something the cat dragged in.
This the lamp from the elf's hideout? And what's this about rats?
Nothing important.
Why do a lot of these games involve rats?
Now tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Oh, I wonder if she's got anything we can actually use to buy.
A bunch of interesting sundries.
She did indeed. I gather you'd like a look.
Very much so.
Well, she has a lot of stuff, which I imagine would be quite pricey. Yeah, I ain't spending on that one. Alright, let's see what we got here. What's this? Short Lord. Yeah, black blood could come in handy. Yeah, could definitely do with the insectoid oil. Ooh, I can craft black blood already. There we go, got some more stuff.
Why do you want the lamp?
Worth a little investment in coin. I mean, I had some to spare, so I figured why not.
Didn't know you were interested in that kind of magic.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Why'd the elf promise you the lamp?
We traded for it. He needed powerful magic and sensed I was no common wart charmer. I brewed him a potion to delay nervous tissue degeneration, stave off memory loss or some such.
Ah, so how's everybody's week been going? Been so focused on the gameplay I completely forgot to ask.
Any news of your sisters from the lodge?
None. We can't know too much about one another these days. It's safer that way.
Even tried to contact one another?
I've wanted to many times. But I've no way of knowing who would answer, or who might be listening.
Guess that is pretty wise.
I did, and still do. The Cursed Isle on Lake Windammer. You've heard of it, I'm sure.
The local peasants mumble incessantly about it, about the wraiths that haunt it. They claim none who go there return.
How'd it come to be cursed?
That's what I don't know. I must break this spell, yet I've been unable to identify its source.
Gotta know something.
Scraps. The curse is somehow linked to the tower where Sarah, the
Well, knowing scraps is better than knowing nothing.
when Nilfgaard invaded.
claims in the village are that peasants, desperate of hunger, sailed to Fyke Isle to beg for food. Met their end there. It was a massacre. So, will you please help me lift this curse? You're so good at these things.
Oh, that I am.
All right, I'll help.
I knew you'd find it irresistible. Naturally, you'll...
It is quite curious, I must say.
Fine. What then?
Well, the spirits who wander the Isle, you must establish a rapport with them. Don't know how, but they could point us in the direction of the curse's source.
Think they'll be willing to chat?
Of course, provided you take my magic lamp with you. I shall let you keep it afterwards in appreciation. You'll find it quite useful, I'm sure.
Well, maybe we'll find a use for it somehow, some way. But why won't she come? That is curious.
I tried to go to Fyke Isle once. Thought my head would burst, the curse's magic was so strong.
Nice of you to send me there.
I experienced an acute nasal hemorrhage. You stand to endure a wobble of your medallion at most. At Aretusa, they trained me to detect even the subtlest magic pulses. This was like getting smacked across my haunches with a grain flail.
Funny. Thought you'd go in for that sort of thing.
Take my boat. I left it on the lake shore near the village. Should be fit to use. Provided rot hasn't eaten it, as it seems to eat everything here.
Great.
How's the lamp actually work? I mean, do I just rub it, or do I have to do something,
It's not that kind of magic lamp.
You needn't even rub. Just place it where you find bones and hear whispers. I suppose I should warn you, it might not be the most pleasant experience.
He's a witcher. I don't think he's had little in the way of pleasant experiences, except maybe a few things here and there.
It's a bauble that will let us speak over some distance. You will tell me what you see, and I shall tell you what to do and look for.
I need to know anything else before I go?
No, that is all. Oh, go already. I can't wait to see what you discover on Fyke Isle. Just be sure to come and see me afterwards. And... Geralt. Thank you.
Well, at least she said thank you. I guess we're off to Fyke Isle. Where is that boat? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's fine, just keep following this pathway. Oh, yeah, there's the boat. I'll just need to check the ocean area, see, make sure I'm going the right way. At least it's not like all twists and turns, it's a fairly straight shot. Plus, it's nice to be able to do some boat sailing now. I've never been there, so I do have to do the normal travel, but I'm not much for fast travel anyway, so it's very fine.
Where are you?
Almost there.
Splendid. I shall contact you again soon.
Wait, this Xenovox. Can I contact you with it, or is it one way?
One way only, I'm afraid. You'll have to trust my feminine intuition.
Your what?
My feminine intuition.
Wonderful.
Oh, that should be certainly fun. There we go. At least this quest should be easy. It's pretty much the same level as us. Of course, there are drowners, which I'm not surprised by. I don't think those are drowners.
Geralt?
Ah, damn it, they're rock fiends.
What? Can't hear. Great, broke already. Short-lived this magic.
What did you say? There's some interference. You must be very careful.
I'm dealing with rock fiends. I'm trying my best to be careful. There we go, just let them destroy themselves. Hey, what's up, Alpha babe? Welcome on in. How are you doing? Always a pleasure to see you here. I hope you are well. Ah, it's good that you're great. It's very good that you're great. How's the day been going? How am I? I'm good. I've been having a good day, having a good stream. I think it's just all been positive today. And me positive in general. Definitely can't knock a feeling like that. Ooh, I poison it. Nice. I woke up way too late after staying up all night. What on earth were you staying up all night doing? What is there that we can find and use here? Yes, we are playing The Witcher, Bex, and good to see you. How are you? It's good you're good, and I am good too, of course. Got tons of awesome people in my stream, chatting away, enjoying the gameplay. How could it be anything other than a very good day? A lot of ghouls about. Silver sword needs fixing again. I've got to upgrade my silver sword soon. Ooh, sat in bed playing Minecraft. Now that sounds like a very good day. How is Minecraft going? Ooh, diamond dust. That might come in handy. And the marker for fuck house, and now we can fast travel. Gonna put the silver sword away. We still got company here.
Let's try Kira's lamp.
Alright, let's see what the lamp shows.
They're onto us. They're not letting Graham in.
Quiet.
Hearing the voices of the past, we are.
Nah, he sat his arse on silk pillows, like he'd been gobbling meat. We've no notion he's coming to tear him to shreds.
Way's clear, lads. Adam!
Well, looks like things got violent when they broke in. Oh, that thing plays dirty, literally. Ah, it's okay, is it, babe? Crafty. Well, it is called Minecraft for a reason, babe. Ooh, good stuff here. Have you built anything interesting in Minecraft yet, Bex? Lots of exploring to do. You never know what I might find. Ooh, little ghost memory here.
Millie, we gotta flee. Quick now. Millie. Millie, what's with ye? I don't know. So what? Burn it. Ah. What? No. No, stay back. Don't leave me.
Okay, more stuff. Anything else I want to see? I want to make sure I found everything I can loot. Man, there are so many resources on this island. There we go. Now I'm a more prepared Witcher. Okay, not in there. Oh, here we are.
Peasants didn't come here to ask nicely.
Where's that noble? Lying here, quiet as a mouse, head split open like a rotted pumpkin. More like a peasant now, sloshing around in his own blood and shite. Be nothing noble about him. Too quick a death they gave him. Should have been made to suffer. He's not the end of it. Sons can suffer for him, and the daughter. To the top!
Well, at least now we know where they're going.
Place is full of rats. As many dead as alive. I think they're feeding on...
Look, Geralt, stop. You needn't be so detailed.
Oh, I don't think I was being that detailed.
Blood. Meant he must have died here.
Oh, that ain't creepy at all.
Rich folk. Doubt I'll ever understand them. Keeping rats in cages like rabbits.
Let them out, maybe? Like to die of hunger if we leave them there.
I'd sooner burn the vermin. Releasing them's not like to bring no good. Imagine the harm they'd do if they swam back to the village.
Swam? Rats? How do you figure they'd do that?
You needn't fret for them. Clever little bastards. Clever than you.
They seem sluggish to you. Got the mange, maybe? Oh, that stench!
Oh, not really much down here. Ooh, other than some silver, that's going to be useful. I guess we have to climb the tower now.
Don't start, Annabelle. Back to your craft. Always bending my ear about fool peasants. I'll not hear of them again. That simpleton turned your head, but one Graham hardly makes the rest courtly, one and all.
My lord, peasants. They're through the door in the tower.
Oh, at least we leveled up. Let's see. Overdose threshold. Yeah, that will help us out a little. Oh, this isn't ominous at all, is it? Just keep finding and looting stuff.
Gold! Piles of it! Oh, won't do the dead any good now, will it? Strange it's still here. The noble died a time ago. Who's that? Show yourself. Anyone there? Who? Who are you?
Well, bad end for this person, for that person. Oh, I seem to be getting some nice bonuses. Just keep my Witcher senses going because I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, regular old haunted house, haunted tower this is.
Where are you? Have you got to the laboratory at the top of the tower yet?
I'm at the top. Nothing here that looks like a laboratory.
Then you've not reached the highest level. Look for a passage.
Look for a passage, okay.
Someone dragged something across the floor. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
We can craft a new decoction. More stuff I have, the easier it will be. Secret door. God, I love those.
Looks like a laboratory. Pretty well equipped, too.
Very well equipped.
Experimenting on humans. Never would have gotten away with it if the Conclave were still in charge.
Take a look at that in a minute. I want to see what's up here.
Kept in there until the end. What a shitty way to die.
Some people just don't get a good end. I mean, yikes. I bet they would. I wonder if... Ugh, I can't get my words out. Level 18, okay. Thank you for looking, Miss Midnight. I do appreciate it very much. And I hope you are well, enjoying your day / evening, because I can never remember where everybody is in the world. Well, that isn't a good sound.
Why did you leave? You claimed to love me. I'm cold. Why has no one come for me? I cannot leave this place. I see no way out. Who are you? Do you seek to hurt me as well?
I'm a witcher. I want to lift the curse that grips this island. Your turn to tell me who you are. The other ghosts, they couldn't see me.
I'm special. Always was.
Very special if you can see your own. You can see people like that.
The Lord's daughter. These lands, as far as the eye can see, were ours. My family and I, we hid in the Mage's Tower to await the war's end, the end of hard times. It was not to be forever.
Tell me what happened here. Peasants sailed to the island to ask for food. Is that true?
No! They came to rob and kill. They thought us rich, believed we'd stowed ourselves away here to laugh at their misery. Yet we had little food as well. Too little to share with those who came. They slaughtered everyone. I heard my father cry out, but the mage told me not to reveal myself or let anyone in. He gave me a potion. If I was discovered, I was to drink it. He said everything would be all right.
Wonder what the potion was.
It? Remember its smell, what it looked like?
I remember only that I feared to drink it.
Didn't trust the mage?
In the village, they claimed he meddled in disease. Not curing it, but causing it. They said he lured rats into the tower, infected them with the Catriona. Only rumors, surely, but I was afraid. So horribly afraid. And then I heard him. My beloved Graham. He called to me. I opened the door for him, but others rushed in. They lunged at me and...
Your beloved failed to save you. Why?
There were too many. Leave her be, he shouted. He grabbed at them, tried to stop them. They just laughed.
Talk about a bunch of assholes.
Did they hurt you?
They gripped my arms, tore at my dress. I managed to free myself and drink the potion, and then... nothing.
Poisoned? That how you died?
No, for I later awoke. I was alone, it was dark. Only there were rats. Everywhere. Dozens. Hundreds. And I... couldn't move.
Sleeping potion. Effects hadn't worn off yet. You were paralyzed.
They were everywhere.
Talk about your bad ways to end.
All over me like insects. My face, my hands. I felt them rip open my skin, then crawl into my stomach. They tore me apart, and I could not even scream. Have I not suffered enough? Why can't I leave this place?
Ooh.
How can I help you?
Yeah, she is feeling quite
hatred binds me to this place.
Angry.
Only love's power can hope to lift it. But who could love a race?
And your beloved, he dead too?
Graham? No, he lives. I would know if he died. But he fled and abandoned me. Left me here all alone.
Maybe you could strip the curse of its power by forgiving him. You might cleanse the Isle. As I see it, you're the curse's focus. The other ghosts on the island, their auras aren't nearly as strong
So we
as
need to
yours.
find a...
My
So
medallion
she's
started
definitely going to be
pulsating as soon as
key
we
to
started
breaking the curse.
I don't know what you mean, but you do seem to know some things.
Well, I'm a witcher. Would you expect me not
You
to?
could be right. My fate is tied to the Isle, I feel that. Perhaps because I am heiress of these lands.
It could be your blood ties to the land, the base of the curse, that is. If so, forgiving Graham, laying your resentment to rest, should lift it.
I loved him. I'm prepared to forgive him. But I must know that he regrets what he did. Take my bones to him. He must bury them. This will be our farewell. Will you speak to him? Will you do this for me?
Really sad story, but something's not right.
I got some doubts, I do.
What is it?
You're not telling me everything. You know the island's dangerous, but refuse to tell me about the monster that lives here.
There is no monster.
I think you're lying. Question is, why? To protect the beast? Or is it that...
Stop! I will not hear this!
There's something more to this.
I can't help you. Taking anything off this cursed island, from any cursed place, just too dangerous. And a dead woman's bones, that's asking for trouble.
They said witches are heartless beasts.
Well, I think we're just practical.
Will you bring Graham here then? I so long to say goodbye.
Annabelle, listen.
You never wish to help me, and here I have someone would finally take pity on me.
I think she's angry. Whoa! Ah, jeez. Right, so this is how it's gonna be. Ah, where'd she go? Where'd she go? Below. Right. Freaking Petra?
It sounded for a moment like you joined the raids yourself.
Had to fight a pesta.
Oh, pesta.
And did you learn how to lift the curse before you lunged at her, sword in hand?
Yeah, we talked a bit. Looks like I need to get her beloved to the island. Fisherman named Graham.
I know the man. He lives in Oriton, village on the lakeshore. Find him immediately. We're close to unraveling this. I can feel it.
Wonder what led them here. Hunger or greed.
Oh, so our mission now is to go find Graham. And he's just over there, which is good. But finding him, we'll have to wait for the next stream because this is where we end it for tonight. But do stick around, everyone, because it has been such a phenomenal stream. As you know, the end of every winter stream means the winter raid. So thank you, everyone, and we are gonna go raid. Ooh, and as we've had a great Witcher stream, I have just found someone who is playing a Witcher. Oh, we got Gigantor in here with a raid? Thank you! Thank you so much, Gigantor. How was your stream? Oh man, you came in right as I was about to get ready to end my stream and raid out. Oh man, the timing on that. But you know what? Because you've raided in with all these beautiful people, I am going to stream for just a little while longer. Yeah, I'm doing good. Don't worry, like I said, I'm going to stream just for a little while longer. I am now because of that. Because of that wonderful raid, I am going to stream a little while longer. And mine's going good. Very good. Thank you for the raid. I very much appreciate it. What were you streaming? Ocarina of Time. I can't say I'm familiar with that game. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Well, not nonetheless. I hope you enjoyed it. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I added nonetheless. I mean, it's pointless to add that. No, it is not my first playthrough. It's not even my second, third. I have played this so many times. I have so many times. It's Zelda, so how can't you... Yeah, that's true, that's true. Alright, there was a notice board over here, because that had contracts on it, so I'm gonna go quickly to that notice board to see if there's any, like, contracts or side missions.
Ah! Is it true? Northern women pay once every 3.
There is one missing soldiers. The mystery of the Byways murders. Oh, I think I remember this contract. I do. It's a bit high level still, so I won't be doing those contracts anytime soon. My Christmas and New Year's was very good. You know, lots of food, practically stuffed myself silly. And, you know, then it's my birthday right after Christmas and just before New Year's. So there was chocolate cake and pizza, so... Yeah, I can say I always start my New Year's well and truly stuffed, I do. What about you, Gigantor? How was your Christmas and New Year's?
I told you. Who are you?
I'm a Witcher.
What of it? Why should I care?
I've been to the island. I know what happened.
So much turkey, so much turkey. And a decent Christmas break. Well, that's all you can ask for.
What do you want of me?
Want to talk to you about Annabelle.
Annabelle? What can you know about her?
I met her. Talked to her.
Annabelle's dead. Drank poison. And I couldn't save her.
What happened on Fyke Isle?
Oh, I still got so much Witcher stuff to play. I do. It's always crazy when you start because you know just the length you are going to have to play and how much stuff there is to do. I think in terms of streaming, that makes it a great game because it means you have a lot of content to show.
I saw my chance in it.
And that's not including like the Hearts of Stone or Blood and Wine DLC.
It all spun in a chaos. Our boys from the village, they started killing everyone. Annabelle, they wanted to rape. First, then she drank the poison. Mage must have gave it her.
Yeah, everyone loves The Witcher. Have you been watching the Witcher series on Netflix?
Don't force me to speak.
I think it's absolutely brilliant.
No more, please.
It wasn't poison. Annabelle drank a strong sleeping potion. Mage wanted to protect her, make it look like she was dead. Convinced everyone.
That means... Is she... You said you spoke to her?
Spoke to her ghost. By the time she awoke, Tower
Watching
was full
season
of
2
cold
only, like
corpses
3 episodes in.
She was warm meat.
Yeah, it's a brilliant series. You can't help but love it. They've done a brilliant job, and I can't wait for season 3, even if it is going to be quite the wait.
Can't be. She was cold all through like a corpse. I shook her, begged her, open your eyes. I never thought...
Annabelle needs you. You can help her.
She's still there. In the tower. Can I see her?
Yeah. One thing you should know, though. In death, Annabelle turned into a pesta.
A pester? What's that?
More than a restless ghost. A plague maiden. A powerful wraith filled with grief and hatred that drive her. Give her the power to sow disease and death.
She suffers.
That sounds like a very powerful and dangerous spirit. It does. I mean, that's... I mean, they've really got some creepy-ass monsters in the Witcher world, but very cool and fascinating as well.
If you know the legends, you know one kiss is enough to break an evil spell. On one condition. That it's a kiss from someone whose love is true.
I told you. I said I love her with all my heart. Take me to her, please.
It's dangerous. There are risks involved. Understand that, don't you?
Of course. I'm no coward. I'll not run this time.
Oh, then, I guess we should go now while you still got that courage.
I'm ready.
Let's go to the tower.
We gotta walk all the way up the bloody stairs again. Whoa! Oh, hey, whoa!
I waited long enough for revenge. And now it comes to us.
Last I came through here, we still hoped Annabelle and me weren't impossible. We could have been together, and now she's dead.
Oh, okay. They generally took me by surprise there.
I'd been able to protect her.
Can't change the past, but you can still help Annabelle to move on, to rest in peace.
It's terrifying here. It's too quiet.
Chop, chop. Speed up. Let's get this over with.
I remember the screams.
With your advice, girl, we could do with you walking a bit faster.
Now it's silent. They're dead. All dead.
Don't think about that. Keep walking.
This always is like one of the creepier feeling quests it is, because, you know, you're in this abandoned tower full of death, all these creatures, and actual dark spirits. I mean, it's hard not to get the creepy vibes from this quest. But I think that just adds to how good it is. And now through the secret door once more.
turned for me.
Is that?
That's her, all right.
It's me, Annabelle. The one you abandoned, remember?
I was sure you was dead. If I'd known otherwise, I'd never have left you. I'd do anything for you. I would. You know that well. Believe me, I beg you.
You know, what gives me such amazing vibes for this is that they have such a beautifully designed cutscene for a side mission.
Graham, careful.
They didn't skimp on anything, be it main or side. Damn good is an understatement. Yeah, I think you should turn your head for a moment, Geralt.
At last.
Although it is kind of a sad ending to this quest, it is.
The curse is lifted, and Graham and Annabelle are reunited.
And our job here is done. Yeah, I mean, with a lot of the quests, it doesn't really feel like there's a good ending. It's like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? That the endings are like, you either get the worst evil ending or the lesser evil ending. I think there's very few quests in The Witcher that hold like a genuine good ending. And I think that actually makes perfect sense, because anyone who knows The Witcher world knows it's harsh, it's dark, it's bleak, it's full of blood and pain and wrath and hate. Such dark hate that you yourself cannot fathom existing, and it's really hard to see like the light in that kind of life, in that kind of world. Yeah, that's the vibe I've definitely been going from watching the Witcher TV series, looking at all the gameplay from all three Witcher games. I don't really like to fast travel that much, but you know what, I'm going to do it just this once. Yeah, don't worry, Gigantor, I understand. Thank you again for coming in with that beautiful raid. Much appreciated, mate. And I hope you enjoy your post-stream wind down. Yeah, it's definitely a pleasure again to have you here, always. Yeah, definitely gotta catch one of your streams again in the future, because I haven't been in your streams for ages. Need to definitely fix that mistake, that little issue.
Just when I was starting to miss you.
I doubt that.
Fyke Isle's free of its curse.
Able to persuade Graham to go to the tower with you? Did you mention there was a pastor involved?
He knew the risks, but he'd also heard lots of stories about true love, whose kiss can break any spell. Can't help thinking that gave him courage.
And? It ended well?
Depends how you look at it. Curse is lifted, Annabelle's spirit is left in peace. But Graham's dead.
Oh, poor boy. Still, he's proved that true love may be more common than some suppose.
One thing's bothering me.
What?
Probably the one thing that bothers us all.
Studying diseases. She mentioned Catriona. You knew this?
All the mages knew about it. Alexander was a highly regarded epidemiologist. I would have given anything for an opportunity to study his notes, but he guarded them jealously.
All right. Time I was on my way.
Perhaps you'd stay just a bit longer? There's one small favor you
another favor?
What is it?
I put in an order for a few substances from Novigrad. The trader was due to be here yesterday, but has yet to arrive. Could you see what happened? The package is rather important to me.
Why not?
If he was coming here from Novigrad, he must have passed through Blackbow. I'll check the area.
Thank you. I shall be ever so grateful.
Okay, I am actually going to end it here because I'm feeling pretty wiped myself now. So hopefully the person I was going to raid is still... Yes, they are. So we're going to head out and raid them. Bit of a long name, so give me a minute. Like I said before, huge thanks to everyone who's come in. Gigantor for the raid, so appreciated. Just make sure I got the name right. Yep, this is who we're gonna go raid. Streaming Witcher the Enhanced Edition. I think it's from like the first Witcher game, so I think this is a good way to go. You've all enjoyed some Witcher here, so enjoy some Witcher more. So again, thank you everyone. I'll be streaming it again, The Witcher, on either Thursday or Friday. Taking tomorrow off for some chill time, so I hope you all enjoy your day / evening, and I'll see you next time. Take care.